Hi everyone, my name is Damien Valentine, and better known as Darth Angelus. If you're watching the Heir to the Empire videos, which I'm assuming most of you watching this video have, I just want to say I'm really overwhelmed by the response that I've been having. Yeah, I didn't really expect that. I made chapter 1 just as a little bit of fun and to test out some ideas I've been having with the software I use, and didn't expect the reaction I got. Had lots of requests for chapter 2, so obviously I ended up making that. So I took some time out to think about it because it was important for me to get it to look right. The characters had to look right, they had to sound right. There's all kinds of technical issues I had to think about and overcome. So I did that and came back and I made chapter 2, and the response to that has been even more overwhelming than the response to chapter 1. And so yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I've got some questions that come up a lot in the comments, so I thought I would try and address those. So let's see. Will there be more chapters? Well, when I finished chapter 1 and I saw a response, I decided let's try chapter 2, 3 and 4 and see if the interest carried on. Obviously that has. A lot more than I expected. So that was very nice. So yeah, I'll be looking at doing some more. I even have my very battered copy of Heir to the Empire here, which I need to carry on reading. Answer the next question. What about the rest of the trilogy and other expanded universe stories? Well, Heir to the Empire is 32 chapters, so that's going to take us a while. As for the other 2 books in the trilogy, it would be a shame to not finish the whole story. For other stories that are not part of the Throne trilogy, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves just yet. Although I've noticed that in working on Heir to the Empire that other people are making animated adaptations of other expanded universe stories. I've seen a Dark Empire clip and a few others, so check those out. They're pretty good, and it's nice to see that I'm not the only one that's had this idea of animating some of the expanded universe stories. Question number 3. How come this scene wasn't quite the same as the book? Well, some things that work on pages don't work so well on video. I always wanted to keep the scenes as close to the book as possible, but it's not always possible to do it 100% accurately. As an example I'll give, in chapter 1, the book starts with Captain Pelion on the bridge of the Chimera. He's not particularly impressed by Lieutenant Shell's conduct, and he's thinking about the state of the Empire. That's really difficult to turn into a video because it's all in his mind. He's thinking about it. So how do I do that? And I thought, I can't really. So I decided just to go straight to Pelion reported to Thrawn, and I think that worked really well for the video. So in the future, I will be trying to keep every chapter as close to the book as possible, but there might be some changes along those lines where things work in the book that aren't going to work in the video. And I'll come to it and I'll look very carefully and try and keep it as close to the book or as close to the spirit of the book as possible. There will definitely not be any major story changes. So if you've read the book, you're going to have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. How did I get the original cast into Heir to the Empire? Well, obviously I didn't, but I was very lucky and found Maddie to the Max and Matt Finish. It was very important to me that the characters sounded like you'd expect them to. I think we all know Han, Luke and Leia very well, and it just wouldn't be the same if they didn't sound right in the video. So that was one of the troubles I had to overcome. I feel like I was very lucky to find Maddie and Matt. They're extremely talented. You should check out their YouTube channels. You will find the links below in the comments here. So yeah, please check them out. I also have Robert S. Benjamin voicing Grand Admiral Thrawn. Again, I'm very lucky to have found him. He's actually voiced Thrawn for me before in a fan film called Star Wars Imperials. Now the story behind that is I asked him to voice Thrawn, and he sent me the dialogue. and it was just before Thrawn was announced for Rebels. And when I listened to Robert's recordings, I was very impressed, and I thought, this is perfect for Thrawn. I then watched the announcement for Rebels, and I thought, Dave Filoni and I obviously have very similar ideas of how we want Thrawn to sound, because, well, listen to it yourself and you'll see. I also have my friend Freya. She is a big fan of the Thrawn trilogy and Timothy Zahn's work, so I knew she'd be a good choice for winter, and we recorded that. It's come up a few times, the joke about the milk. Yes, when we recorded it, we did think about the green milk scene in The Last Jedi, and I'm sure it won't be the only time that comes up, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm voicing a few characters myself, Captain Pillion, Rook, and a few others, and of course there's some other cast additions happening in future chapters, and that should be pretty exciting when those are revealed. How often will new chapters be released? Well, I'm making this for fun. I do have to work on other projects because I need to eat and important things like that. So it's really, I work on it when I can. What can I do to support your work? Well, first of all, you're supporting it just by watching and sharing and commenting. All of that really helps and encourages me to make more of this. I can't accept any money from for Heir to the Empire, obviously, because I don't own it. Disney do, and if I started, accepting money from that, I'd have a very angry mouse knocking on my door, and that's not going to be good for any of us. What you can do is support my other original work. If you look up Chronicles of Humanity on Amazon, you can find it there on Prime. There's a few films there. Obviously, they're not going to be as high quality as what you've been seeing in Heir to the Empire because some of them are quite old projects now. But if you watch them, that helps me. I've also set up a Ko-fi account. That's how you pronounce it. And you can find a link there in the comments below. And if you want to help me by buying me some coffee, please feel free to do that. If any of the cast set up their own similar accounts, I will also post links below in this video, so please support them as well because they're very talented and this project would not be possible without them. Other than that, just carry on, subscribe, which if you have done, thank you so much. Share the video, again, thank you. Comment and carry on watching. That's about it, really. So may the Force be with you, and enjoy this sneak preview of Chapter 3.
Mara, please come in.